Blah, blah, blah. What's up, y'all? It's Marcellus Wiley, that dude. Let's talk about Shedeur Sanders slipping to the 5th round. People are still perplexed by this. What a disgrace. This has never happened before. How could this happen? Well, it was out there for us to see. People just didn't want to see it. If you're like me, you're fascinated by things that are hidden in plain sight. And this is one of those things that was being said, being predicted, but nobody wanted to listen. I wonder why. Let me take you back to a movie I saw a long time ago that said the anticipation of death is worse than death itself. Basically, they're saying you could be more scared of something than the actual thing that you're supposed to be scared of. Well, since I never died, I don't know if that's true, but I do know what's true in media today, especially sports media. Yeah, there's only one thing scarier than getting canceled. It's the fear, the anticipation of getting canceled. So that right there is the reason why a lot of people didn't hear that Shedeur Sanders was going to slip in this draft. Well, let me break it down for you, because a lot of people got caught up in traditional sports media where everybody was scared to tell the real, right? And I'm going to break this down all the way down to the compound. Let me give you a story. Mel Kiper, when I was coming out, 1997, had me gassed up to think that I was going to go 15th in the draft. Yeah, because around number 15, best available players, my name popped up. So somewhere around 15, I was supposed to go. You know where I went? Y'all know that, Wikipedia, right? 52. That's about a 7-hour difference. But the point is, I'm not picking on Mel Kiper. It's just, y'all got to know the difference between the real and the fake, from the hype and the reality. So I'm going to break this down into two factions and then give you some evidence. There's black sports media and there's white sports media that are both dealing with this issue of being canceled, or the fear of being canceled, that backlash. Black media, oh man, they ain't gonna say nothing about Shedeur Sanders. They ain't go there on Shedeur Sanders. They ain't say it with their chest. You wanna know why? In general. I know there was a few examples. I saw Swagoo go there a couple times, but most of them didn't, because they scared to lose their black card. Oh yeah. Ain't nothing worse than when you go to that mixer, to that party, to that function, and everybody looking at you like, I thought you were down. I seen it. Oh, yeah, they try to come at me with that. I'm like, dog, if you don't like me for telling the truth, I never liked you anyway. You ain't gonna make me feel bad. But I've seen that at play, and it certainly has made some people race bait and sucker them into telling lies. Or worse than that, hiding the truth. Oh. And then there's white media. Oh, yeah, y'all not absolved of it either, because y'all scared to be called racist. Yeah, don't be insensitive to the plight of the black quarterback by telling the truth. You got to be indebted to the history of that position and never, ever reveal exactly the truth. Well, that's not all white media, because there are people in the white media that were talking about this, like Swagoo was in the black media. Let me give you an example. His name is Albert Breer. I don't know if you know who he is, but he predicted that Shedeur Sanders would slip out of the 1st round in his latest mock draft, which was on April 24th. But let's go deeper than that. As they say, are you an outcast? Because Albert Breer did go deeper than that. He said, and this was weeks ago, I'm sorry, April 14th was weeks ago, Shedeur Sanders not viewed as 1st round talent by some personnel as the draft nears, and he kept updating it. Don't be reading my emails. Let's go. Listen to this, y'all. When the NFL decision makers are on the clock, they got a decision to made about Shedeur Sanders, but they say he'll have to wait a beat to hear his name called. All right, so Breer wrote, he's having a really hard time finding coaches or scouts who believe Sanders is a 1st round talent. Did y'all hear that? What I keep hearing, and this has nothing to do with anyone having some personal issue with Sanders or looking for him to fall in the draft so they can draft him. Basically, they're not trying to play poker. They said this, is that he isn't a great athlete on tape, doesn't have exceptional arm talent, and too often does things that simply won't translate to the NFL game. Okay, let's keep going. I'm not picking on anybody. The truth sets you free. He then said how Sanders reacts when he's under pressure versus Ole Miss prospect Jackson Dart, citing the observation from a coach. When you watch those two under duress on tape, you see Dart moving forward and Sanders moving backward. That essentially means that where Dart will climb the pocket, Sanders will bail out the back of it and run away from defenders to create time to throw. It's a little thing, but to this coach, it was an example of how Dart's game may translate to the NFL better. And how in a league of freakish pass rushers all over the place, the quarterback who manipulates the space around him has a much better chance than the one trying to create space on his own. So imagine this. You're trying to create space and you're Shedeur Sanders, who has average mobility, like average athletic ability, right? Not an elite. So he gonna create more time, but he ain't gonna get away. He ain't gonna get away with that, and he ain't gonna get away from those defenders, those pass rushers. Meanwhile, you can see a guy like Tom Brady who has below average athleticism, but he was able to manipulate the pocket, manipulate space, so it translated better to the NFL game. And I gave you an extreme in Tom Brady. And Jackson Dart can actually move. You get the point. Now, if you're sensitive, you don't get the point because you're still caught up in your emotional side of your brain. I'm just keeping it real. Okay, so now they start talking about all the picks in the draft, and they said, look, at this point, it feels like it'd be surprising if the Raiders, the Jets, or Saints took him in the top 10. Okay? And this is on top of some of the rumors of him being unprofessional, which we've done a deeper dive in as well. And this is what it kind of concludes with. When I talk to any team, I understand the work it's going to take, and I see the dynamic of everybody that's around. That is Shedeur saying he understands what it takes to become a prospect, to become a first rounder. Breer countered that by saying, if Sanders goes in the first round, it'll be because an owner got involved. You hear that? That basically means unless the owner went in there and put the big joker down and said, I make this decision. If he trusted his organization, he trusted his decision makers, he was going to let them do what they were going to do. And what they were going to do is not draft Shedeur Sanders in the first round. So a lot of people say, oh, well, what about the second round, the third round? No one's ever done this. No one's ever fallen this far. Well, let's go here. Because he was better than all the other players that were picked before him. Oh, yeah. But I'm gonna have to remind you guys, it's never a pure talent conversation. It's never a pure production conversation. Never a pure personality, character conversation. Nope. It's never a pure need conversation. It's never a pure want conversation. It's all of those things wrapped into one big burrito, one pot of gumbo. And that unique formula is based on your own personal preference, starting with the owner and then going down that organization. So if you add up all those variables, you start to realize every time you say he was better than him, better in what? In talent, in personality, in character, in need, in want? You get the point. So let's get to this point and let's get up out of here. A lot of people are saying this has never happened before. Nobody that good ever dropped it. No. Gotta bring you to back here. So let's talk about quarterbacks. Only quarterbacks projected in the first 2 rounds that, it didn't go as planned. Deal? Deal. Let's go to my second brain. Shedeur Sanders is the first one. You know his achievements. 8th in the Heisman voting. Projected late first or second round. Okay, that's what his actual objective projection was. Late first or second round. Stop saying top of the draft. That's not what it was. And I just proved that with the articles, and I'm proving it right here, objectively. Okay? And they had the concerns. But I just want you to see other names here. Charlie Ward. Remember him? Yeah, he won a national championship. Did Shedeur? He won a Heisman Trophy. Did Shedeur? He won a Davey O'Brien Award. He would have been a first or second round NFL pick, they said. But we all know what happened. He went undrafted, largely because he said, I want to play pro basketball, not football. So NFL teams pass. So I understand how that may have an asterisk, but at the same time, he didn't get drafted, right? People didn't want to waste one on him. He said, I'm going to the NBA. But he's not alone. Eric Crouch, remember him? He won a Heisman. Shedeur didn't. Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. Another different accolade. Projected first or early second if the position switch was accepted. Remember that? Ended up going third round and got drafted as a receiver. They told him to switch positions. So when we start talking about, Shedeur failed, it's some guys who was like, look, you can't even play the position. And then they dropped. Let's go to Troy Smith. Remember him? Heisman Trophy winner, BCS National Championship. He was in there and lost. Late first to second round. Ended up going fifth round, right? He had his doubts too. Like Shedeur has his doubts. They all have issues. Even the top pick has issues. What about Malik Willis? Remember him? First round lock in early mock drafts, right? How did that turn out? Third round, 86 overall. They had concerns of his readiness and how raw he was. Everybody got their list, Shedeur as well. What about Connor Cook? Remember him? He had a tremendous record in Michigan State. Late first, early second, end up going in the fourth round. Talking about leadership. He wasn't the captain, etc. And for y'all who forgot what Shedeur's issues, quote unquote, were, concerns about his pocket presence, mobility under pressure, tendency to hold the ball too long, and the media hype versus the real tape. Of all that I just read, that's the most damning one. Look, party people, we're going to have a world of reality. And if you're going to live in my world, you're going to be on hydration situation. It's going to be real over here. Hey, if I'm going to be real on myself, I'm going to certainly be real with others. If you were listening, you heard what was going to happen with Shedeur. Now, to the fifth round, that's tough. But you got to think about it. When I pass on you once, the second time I'm not just passing on you, I'm looking for other things as well that I didn't even see was going to be available. So some people were dropping, some people were going up, and the mock boards and your draft board was being reconfigured by the second. Oh, I wasn't going to get a quarterback, but now he's available, and I liked him more than Shedeur. I'll take him. Oh, man, we were in line to get a quarterback, but damn, I didn't know that D tackle was available. Okay, we're going to have to roll the dice. We need that D tackle. All right, we get a quarterback next round. Oh, now this round of receivers available? Didn't know he would. Come on, y'all. Y'all been out before. You went out and saw one person. Soon you got to the club at 10:30, you already macking. Oh, girl, what's up? What's up, Angela? Okay, I got your number. Cool. What happens at 11? Damn, I ain't see Diane over there. Whoop. All right. Then what happens at 12? Hey, what's your name? Lisa? Like, you see what I'm saying? It's okay, right? Your board changed, to give you a lighthearted example. But nothing brings levity more to this show than my raps, my flows. And I do this because sometimes I know it sounds like I'm going in on somebody or I'm going hard. I like all these people. And nothing but love for all y'all out there. But we got to bring a little levity so you know how much love I got for you. So let's get that flow, boy. Yeah. I hear you, Swagoo. I hear you, Albert Breer. Shedeur, this for you, big dog. Man, hold your head up and go ball out, big dog. Man, the signs was there like a billboard flashing, but folks scared to speak. Word about backlash and race cards dealt. Soon as the truth got spoke, say a word about a black quarterback, man, your ass get smoked. They saw the tape holding the ball too long. Pocket froze up like a broken love song. But who gon' say it? Nah, they zipped them lips. Scared they gon' trend with a cancel this. But Albert Breer, though, man, that boy didn't flinch. Dropped the facts early, not a damn inch. Told y'all scouts he got real concerns, but fake woke Twitter made the truth get burned. Oh, y'all knew Shedeur wasn't going top 5, but fake outrage kept the real ones quiet inside. But Breer tried to tell you, y'all ain't wanna hear. Now he slid to the 5th, man, it's crystal clear. Everybody pumping sunshine and clout, but when draft day came, the real got out. Pocket presence, man, blitz reads, nah, man was taking more sacks than Santa Claus job. Ooh, it ain't hate, it's tape. Real scholars don't lie, but call out the flaws and call you that guy. Albert Breer peeped it, stayed 10 toes down, while the media out here just clowning around. Stop blaming race when it's football talk. Stop acting shocked when that draft board walk. You ain't a victim when the tape don't slap. It's bigger than color, it's bigger than rap. Oh, facts over feelings, tape over tears. Breer been real for a couple years. Swagoo said stop gaslighting, spinning the play. Raw race bait proofing, this ain't no way. This ain't the way we gon' do it, ain't no shame. I'ma just gon' call it, pull on the tape, watch his game. You understand? You know who I am, you know my name. Marcellus Wiley, baby, about that love, that now fame. I'm saying,
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was gonna come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here. Because I think the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.